Ko's going to be typing in the chat, my chat, Twitch chat. So that's why Ko's in desktop mode. Now, I have asked Ko 10 questions before this interview started. A few days ago, I gave Ko 10 questions. She again gave me the answers. So I'm going to be reading the questions and the answers. This is how this works, for everyone to understand. Now, I will also be reading the chat, so if Ko wants to answer some of you guys' questions or just communicate with me, it's going to be through my Twitch chat. I found this to be the best way for mutes to communicate. It's the same way how I interviewed Chromia, Landfear, Oathmail, Zentrea, and VR Funny. Found this to be the best way. There are markers in this world that actually do work. There's also a keyboard, but that just takes too long to be able to type on those things, especially in VR. So that's why we're doing this in desktop mode. Does everyone understand? Okay. Alright. Let me take a quick drink here. Sorry, I'm going to be taking breaks of like drinking, by the way, because I'm going to be talking non-stop for an hour straight. So, my throat's going to die. Oops. Anyway, let me get started. Whoops. Oh, so we have camera angles as well. So, like, as you can see here, I can switch to camera angles. So whenever I speak for Ko, I'll put the camera on Ko. When I'm speaking, like asking questions or whatever, the camera will go on me. And then wide angle. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Night of Rebel. That's me, your host, That One Rebel. I do this almost every single day, and today, or tonight, we're interviewing Ko, or Korean. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Hearts in the chat. Anyway. So, like I said, I asked Ko 10 questions, so I'm going to be reading off those questions. So, the first question that I asked Ko was, how did you discover VR chat? Did you start in desktop mode or VR, and what was the time frame like? Ko responded, I first saw VR chat popping up on Steam as a free-to-play option to hang out with friends. We used to play Tower Unite a whole lot. I know Tower Unite's actually a pretty cool game. So this game seemed like a good alternative just to break the current routine. I gave VR chat my first try around November 2017, but didn't stay long. It wasn't until I stumbled upon Tosh's channel, VR Chat Man, during December of the same year that I got more interest on VR chat. You know what's funny is that in one of early Tosh's videos, like VR Chat Man's videos, I'm actually in his video. So I met him like before he blew up, actually. Anyway. Even though the first video I saw in his channel was PUBG related, after seeing some of his silly voice trolling videos, him being a trap, more VR chat content creators began to pop up on my YouTube, which raised my interest so much that I ended up giving VR chat a second chance. I started in desktop mode and got instantly hooked, playing Werewolf almost every day. After the first month, I bought a new PC in the Rift, and from there I began to explore more worlds. By the way, after every question, I will give you like a look at chat exclusively. So if you want to type something and give more context to something, I can do that. But yeah, I used to in the early 2018, like January, was when the werewolf map, like the first like really crappy werewolf map came out, and I remember I would host werewolf games all the time. And one time. Because a lot of big streamers were in my werewolf games, one of my, I was hosting werewolf, and it ended up on Game Grumps. So if you guys watch Game Grumps, like, his name, Ross, Rubber Ross from Game Grumps actually recorded it, and technically I'm on a Game Grumps video, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, it was quite fun. Anyway. Second question. So, I asked Korean, how did you create your OC, your character? And Ko answers the question, my first OC was a dog girl that I put together using CM3D. I used that model for quite some months before I met Bloodman. He is responsible for my main OC ever since. Only he knows about this, but the main inspiration for the model was the person whom at the time was my favorite YouTuber, Neko Miya Hanata. I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming it's like a VTuber person, right? Okay. It's interesting. I didn't know that Bloodman actually made your original character. So I'm assuming he made this one as well. Yes? Okay. Yeah, Neko. Mia. I don't know how to pronounce. Listen, all right. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm terrible at names in general, and if your name ain't John Smith, I'm gonna struggle because I've never heard. Like I don't know how to pronounce things. But anyway, that's kind of interesting. The era before Bloodman, yeah. A dog girl. Is it saying how many hours it put into Werewolf? Same. Well, I was the one who actually hosting a lot of Werewolf games, so I had to like write up all the rules and bullshit. Oh my god, it was terrible. But I mean, I had fun doing it, like Werewolf. It's the biggest secret that I never meant to kept hidden, but no one ever asked that. The old Werewolf stuff was crazy fun. John Smith. Now they added crazy cards. Yeah, they added crazy cards and stuff, yeah. Got ultra complicated? Yeah. Well, for me, when I hosted Werewolf, because I hated how half the cards were just villagers, which is like no role, right? Like just like fucking you do nothing. So I started turning Werewolf into Town of Salem, if you ever played that, which is like a version of Werewolf where every player has a role, like sheriff and detective and all this crap. So that's what I did. I love Town of Salem. I'm actually a Kickstart backer, so I have like a bunch of extra stuff in that game. I haven't played like in years, but yeah, I played it in the browser then when I went on Steam. Yeah, I got the Steam version for free because I was a backer for like $5. But yeah, Town of Salem is awesome. The funny thing about like me playing Werewolf was that I would line up all the players who are playing in Werewolf, and because there was no houses, everybody would just stare at the wall. And I would call people's roles out by like their role. So I'd be like Werewolf, step back, and then they'll point at someone they want to kill or attack. That's how I did it. It was so scuffed. But like people, because these were private lobbies and they weren't just publics. Everybody was following the rules, so nobody was cheating or anything like that. At least I hope not. And like a lot of them were streamers, but I told them like don't look at your chat or just like don't pay attention to it. And it was funny because like this is like the first instance of like people trying to figure out who's like who's the werewolf or who's the murderer and who's trustworthy, and people are like backstabbing each other and be like, I'm gonna kill you, and like joking, and like you have like the Joker where the person wants to get hanged, and I don't know, it's just funny, you know. They had the boxes later, yeah. The second iteration of the map had the boxes and then the houses, and as far as I'm aware, nobody plays werewolf anymore. I mean, to my knowledge, anyway. But yeah. Anyway, next question. So question 3. My question was, did you attend any conventions or TwitchCon this year or previous years? Do you plan to attend any in the future? The whole concept... Sorry, I didn't switch cameras. The whole concept of going to a con is new to me. It's not that there aren't any here in Argentina, but is not as celebrated or known here as people might think. I've never been to one, though. I have plans of going to the next TwitchCon if everything goes right. So that'd be San Diego, Comic-Con 2020, or Amsterdam in EU, TwitchCon EU. Yeah, it's not as big as it used to be. Yeah, for Werewolf. I still do when I can. Rosamic and Primal Tears host it. We have no major cons here other than reading books. Yeah, Hamster Con, what do you mean? What it actually is your OC? Like, I actually don't know. Like, a lot of people have jokingly told me you're a hamster, but I don't believe that. I think that's a meme. Like, is that a Fox girl? Because that looks like a Floop Squad, you know? Looks like, Foxy and Bloodman and all them. So, like, you're Fox, right? Because that's what I'm assuming. Oh, snap. Wait, this is the original? Oh, snap. Wow. Look at that. Oh, this was a dog girl before? It turned into a hamster thing. Kobe like, hold my beer. Yeah. Hamster, huh? Interesting. You're the first person that I ever met that's a hamster in VR chat. Most people are like wolves or foxes and cat girls. That's about it. Then there's like one mouse girl, and like there used to be the shark cult where a bunch of shark girls running around. And then there's like that's about it. I don't know what else is in VR chat, honestly. Yeah. Chroma, yeah. Show me. We made it into a meme. Small hamster, best hamster. The whole hamster thing started because of Little Guardian. Interesting. What happens if you mix a hamster and a cat together? What ends up happening? What do you get? What's the end result? Here's a question. What's her name? It's like Auchi. She goes to the Nickel Knights and she looks just like you, essentially. Like literally the same. Isn't like your daughter or something? Yeah, Chu, yeah. I thought her name was sort of an A. So when you get a cat and you get a hamster, you get just basically a hamster? What? Has a bunch of energy, short runs and circles a lot. Hamster for sure. Don't hamsters only last like a couple years? Monk ass. Chu showed up one day looking very similar, so I said, "Let's be twins." Oh, okay. That's just how VR chat works. Oh yeah, you just look like me. Yeah, let's be twins. All right, relatable. Question 4. Tell me some stories you remember from VR chat, recent memories or older ones. I remember playing Werewolf for 24 hours with my friends. By the end, Terry pulled out his guitar and was singing for all of us as we slowly passed out, one after the other. It's one of the fondest memories I have from my very first group. We were really into Werewolf, around a group of 10 regulars, and we were always open to introduce new people to the game. I still remember my first time meeting Oath. Claus took me to the Avatar testing world and Oath happened to be there. I didn't know she was in the world at first, but that was mainly because she had this giant group of 8 to 9 people just floating really close to her. You mean orbiters, which which covered her name tag and model altogether. By the time people dispersed, I saw her just randomly walking back and forth. My first thought was to grab the Avatar height ruler and try to stab her with it. Wait, you try to kill Oathmeal? What the hell, man? Sadly, that backfired, and she pulled out the sword lance thing, something she always liked to brag for, as being the first time someone uploaded this weapon on VR chat. Damn orbiters, dude. Really brags about that weapon. If you guys ever go to her stream, ask her about that weapon. Anyway, continuing the story. Sorry, I lost my place. One of my fondest memories, that in all honesty is thanks to VR chat. One day I was feeling really down. Some things were happening in my life that kept bringing me down. At that time, Oath and me weren't that close, but she took that time off to keep me company. We were in a call for hours and she introduced me to Risk of Rain, one of her favorite games. It helped me so much, even to this date. I thank her for that night. It's crazy to think how far our friendship got to. If I was to tell my past self, hey, you will not only meet Oath, but you will be good friends and even become an RP, or sorry, sorry, I just stuttered for a second, and even become an RP couple. I would not believe myself. Oath was the second YouTuber I saw doing VR chat and the one I watched every video to this date. As for recent memories, I guess having more fun altogether with Oath. We were spending almost every night in a call just talking, sharing ideas. I always wanted to be able to do this with anyone I grew close with, so I'm glad Oaf has been there to take that place. Hearts in the chat. So I was getting choked up. It's such an emotional story. So I'm also reading this as it was written. So if there's like grammar and spelling errors and stuff like that, I'm reading it as it's written. Yeah, exactly. It was a crazy night with Oath. Isn't that a movie? One Crazy Night? Not with like, you know what I mean, just like One Crazy Night. She helped me so much that day. Wait a second. Korean, wasn't your name Korean VR on Twitch? I swear it was. Yeah, and he dropped it. Wow. That's good. Speaking of which, my name was actually supposed to be Rebel VR, but on YouTube, my name's always been that one Rebel, and I want to get my name just be Rebel, so Rebel. And the name's not taken. Nobody owns it. I told Korean this. And I was told, I asked Twitch staff this question. I said, how do I get the name Rebel? If no one's taken it, you know, they don't know if they can't even tell me if the name's been banned or not, like blacklisted, because someone's been naughty and made that account with the name Rebel and then did something bad. They can't even tell me that. They said, once you get partner, oh shit, once you get partner, you can maybe take that name. And I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to be? So whatever, dude. Yeah, not Korean to Korean VR to, yeah. Hi, what's up, Artsy? Use Rebel 1? Fuck that, dude. Why would I want my name to have like 5 L's in it, dude? Imagine going like to TwitchCon or like trying to talk to somebody and be like, what's your Twitch channel? Oh, my name's Rebel with like 6 L's. Imagine being Patty and being like, oh, I'm Patty, but like I have like 10 I's in my name, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck are you gonna like do that shit? Like, fuck that shit, dude. Yeah, so Twitch, I don't want to say the Twitch staff's name, but yeah, they told me that I could only get, or possibly get the name if I'm a partner. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, dude. Yeah, XX Rebel 69. I could probably get that, honestly. Anyway, back to the questions here. Hold on. Alright, how did you start as a streamer or YouTuber? What inspired you to do what you do today? Whoops. Sometimes I forget to click the camera. I used to watch 2 streamers way back, easy 4 to 5 years ago. The names were Navy and Bast_50. Then one day while I was hanging with Claus, we got the idea of playing State of Decay. I know that game, it's a zombie game. I wanted to record our gameplay just to have as a fun memory, since it was going to be the first game I would play outside VR chat in a long time. That became my first stream. I loved the idea. My second stream was of Beat Saber, and I got hooked by the whole streaming idea. I was only streaming Beat Saber for months before I moved to other games. Interesting. Playing with State of Decay, huh? Whoops. That's interesting. That is, yeah, bros. The State of Decay was part of my younger days. I never played it, like State of Decay, but it looked interesting because it's like a third-person like zombie survival game, and then when your character dies, you play as like one of your people you saved or something like that. So the game's always progressing. And then State of Decay 2. Yeah. Ko is a space engineer's mainstream according to Twitch stats. Yeah, what the hell? Well, you're lying. You're not even a VR chat streamer. You're a space engineer streamer, dude. What the hell? How many of you died in your playthroughs? Well, I never played, so I'd probably die a lot, honestly. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. Ugh. Yo, take a shot, gamers. Hmm. Okay, dude. Sorry, I was just reading a DM. What the fuck? Anyway. Yes. Space Engineers took all my game's time progress in less than a month. We also played that game so much. Death Row to Canada once a week. Funny, I'm Canadian. Anyway, next question. So, thoughts on the future of VR/AR headsets, technology, or games? Ko says VR and AR. For a while, I thought that AR would become the real future when it comes to technological advances. But honestly, VR is also so good. AR would be so convenient for daily real life actions. Imagine having AR glasses that act like GPS, helping you reach places you're generally not familiar with. I mean, that'd be cool. Or having straight up arenas where you can play things like paintball without the pain and just have a crazy time, not limited to your. I mean, that's what laser tag is. Not limited to just your room as it would be with VR. Some people could argue saying just grab a paintball gun and go to a paintball arena, but just imagine having the arena auto generating for you in an open lot, playing with your friends anywhere that has enough space. AR to me is far more interesting, but don't get me wrong, I love both the same. I get what you're saying. Like technically speaking, what's it Pokemon Go is a version of AR gaming, like really early obviously, and that was very popular. I don't think it's less popular now, but Go first blew up in what like 2016 or early 2016, 2017, whatever that was. But imagine having cool glasses all the time. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like where you put the glasses on and then it shows you like your heart rate monitor or GPS or like incoming call, and you're just like, hello, what's going on? I don't know. I think it would be cool for sure. I just don't know how far. Well, I mean, that's literally what Google Glass is, which already exists. Is basically early like AR stuff. So I could see that happening. I just don't know like how far away that'll be. I think VR is going to advance a lot more before because AR is like you have to like have like all that technology and all that crap and like literally little like microchips, you know, like stuff like this big, you know, like this, you know, like very tiny. So it'd have to be like really sophisticated, you know. Both full dive, you mean like Sword Art Online where you put the bodysuit on, or like Ready Player One? I think that's like less than 50 years from now, dude. I don't think that's gonna happen in the next couple of years. Because like you have to think about it, has to be consumer ready, right? You can't spend like $10,000 and be like, oh, dude, I'm in the VR game now, dude. I spent $10,000 on like you can't, you know what I mean? Like it has to be very affordable. It has to be like the Oculus or the Vive, where it's just $500. It can't be $10,000 or a million. You know, there's an app here for phones where it's an alt for apps. You mark a location and the AR thing would show up which direction, how far is the place for the phone camera. Interesting. Like Fallout 76? Oh my god, dude. Fallout 76 is trash, dude. Anyway, next question. How do you feel about the VR chat community as a whole? Go says, I love this place. The community has a big heart when everyone has their mind in the right place. It always amazes me just how far things go. On the other hand, and just like any other community, it has its moments when you just want to facepalm and wonder why people have problems with certain things. Yeah, very relatable. Overall, though, I think it's a great community to be part of. What I wish people would understand more, the community is not just X big streamer and X big content creator. Sure, it has recognizable names, but you and your friends are also just as important to the community as whoever you look up to. We're all a big community, and in the community there are different groups. If this was an MMORPG, I would see it as different guilds. At least that's, at least that is one example I could think of to explain this place. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, that's actually not a bad analogy. Like thinking of all these communities, all these people that play this game, not just streamers, but like as like different guilds and like because everyone has like their own clan. Like when VRChat was first blowing up, it felt like guilds and like gang shit, like where people would have like the Lolly Army, Lolly Squad, Alien Gang, Rainbow Gang, and shit like that. Yeah, they had like stuff on their avatars, Kana Gang and stuff. Like it felt like guilds and stuff like that in the early days. I don't think really gangs are really a thing anymore, but like the whole like community thing, yeah, like there's definitely like a lot of clubs and communities you can join and like dancer events and RP events and I don't know, just stuff going on. I feel like there's so much um, stuff going on in VR chat as a whole that it doesn't matter. Like you can spend your entire day watching VR chat streamers or YouTubers or just playing the game, and you can't experience everything that's going on. The game is just so massive now. Actually, just recently I looked up how many people actually play this game. I thought it was 5,000, 6,000. It's actually more than that. On average, there are about 6,500 people or to 7,000 people that play this game every day. So the numbers are actually increased. Early this year is about 5,500. Now there's 6,500. So the numbers of people is actually going up. That could just be because of it's coming close to like winter break and people, in school and stuff, getting off. So yeah, full-time drunks. Yeah, all the drunks, dude. It's still a huge number. Yeah, it is. I know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, VR chat is still, if not mistaken, still is the number one VR game, at least on Steam. And the reason why I say this because I think last year, um, I think it was there's like a PS4 VR game that won game of the VR game of the year when I think VR chat was on there. I don't think I remember, but I think like PSVR has more numbers for like this weird like Astro game. I don't know what the fuck is called or what that game is, but like for Steam, yeah, VR chat is number one I believe, and then second is what like Beat Saber, and then after Beat Saber is like Rec Room or something, and then it just trickles down from there. I think. I just feel like there's so many people that play this game, but the game still feels really empty. You know what I mean? I made this comparison a lot for interviews where like there's 6,500 people that play this game every day, right? But like how many of those people that you actually see? You see probably less than like 20 people a day. It depends on how big your friends group is, right? Like how many like friends you have and stuff like that. I have 1,200 friends in VR chat, but almost all of them are sitting in private worlds, or let's say you didn't have any friends, you just wanted to like play the game, like going for publics, and that's like what you do. Well, only about 1,000 people in VR chat actually go to publics. Like out of the 6,500, the other 5,500 people that play VR chat are strictly in Friends Plus, Friends Worlds, or private only worlds, or invite only. I mean, so that means that as a new user, you only have about 1,000 people you can play with, give or take, and obviously only about 20 people per room. So that's pretty bad, I think. Yeah, makes sense. Public worlds tend to be cancerous. Well, yeah, I mean they are. I just feel like when you watch like the VR chat trailer, right? Like if you look up VR chat on Steam right now, look at the trailer. You see people hanging out, having good times, drinks, socializing, and then you play the game, and it's just straight up cancer. So it's just like that's very misleading. Or you watch like VR chat streamers, or even content creators on YouTube, where people are like cracking jokes, like hey, doing whatever, and then you play the game. The game's like this game's dog shit. So it's just like very misleading. I feel like to anyone that starts playing VR chat for the first time, I feel like you're just gonna have a bad experience if you don't know anyone, right? Like if you boot up this game right now and didn't know anyone, I think you're just gonna have a horrible time. It's really hard to get into those friends groups and get into like the RP or the clubs or whatever because people don't know who you are, right? You always saw VR chat like you need to know someone who plays already to enjoy it. Really, yeah. It's be a horrible time without knowing anyone. It's like in the attempt of trying to make everything more organized is lost the instance of improvising. Kind of ties up with the other question. Yeah, there's obviously more. So we'll read the next question, which talks about this eventually, and the other questions. The thoughts on the future of VR chat. Ko responds with, I try to always be optimistic about VR chat's future, and I know that they are working hard on the features that they want to bring into the game. However, there is this big event that happened that you might know what we'll talk about. I can't blame them for looking after their investors' best interest. After all, they need to make money somehow. But the Quest update was something so hideous, rushed, unpolished. This type of update makes it feel like they will take money from any investor without caring about their actual player experience. The Quest itself. The concept is not a bad product, but VRChat had to downgrade just to be able to cater their specs and in turn cause their actual player base to experience probably the worst update to this date, Network IK. The setup president, or whatever, that scares me in particular, as I fear what could happen if a new inferior investor shows up causing VRChat to overhaul itself fit just to fit them right in. I wish this could have been managed differently. Only time can tell. Hopefully, the 2018 update will address the horrors of Network IK, but even if then, I have my skepticism. Mainly because I can already imagine what sort of bugs will be based on how they attend the new IK to work. Best of luck to all of us. That's a mouthful. Sorry if I'm stuttering and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't read. It's a feature, not not a failure. Todd Howard be praised. And very few Quest users even play VRChat. Well, I actually don't know. I don't even know how many Quest users actually play VRChat. I'm gonna be honest with you here. So my biggest fear that I've always joked about is that what if Samsung VR tries to join the VRChat community van and makes us downgrade to allow mobile users to join? Holy shit, dude. That'd be disgusting, dude. Let's just go play Lavender. JK. I think, okay, so when before the Quest moved to VRChat, VRChat came in contact with Facebook, Oculus to be exact, and they put VRChat on the Oculus store as a free game because a lot of people who bought like an Oculus Rift or Quest didn't, or before the Quest came out, sorry, just the Oculus Rift, at the time didn't know VRChat was a thing, so that was the first step. Now I don't know how much money that like the handshake between VRChat and Facebook, but probably was in the millions. And VRChat was already like changing the network IK a couple months before the Quest came out, and they did obviously have to like somewhat downgrade and have to like alter things so the Quest can be compatible. And I mean, if you gotta think about it from a business point of view, are you going to listen to the people that give you $0, or are you going to listen to the people that give you $5 million? The people that give you $0 is the community. The people that are going to give you money is Facebook. What's going to make the game better? The community that gives you $0 and, I don't know, just yells at the game every day, or the people that are going to give you $5 million and be able to pay for more investors, or sorry, more like, you know, developers and upgrades and better engine, or whatever the hell you use the money for. I really don't know what the hell they use the money for, but you know what I mean. I'm not defending them. I'm just saying, like, you know, in layman terms, what's the difference here? Like, people that are giving you money or no money, you know? So it's a really tough place to be at. I would not like to be a dev and be in that position. I wonder why Rebel wear the outfit like that. Oh, it's just for a roleplay, dude. You can only really function if you have a consumer base and business, though. If no one buys this, uses your product, you're kind of fucked. Well, I mean, VRChat started off as a random VR social game with like 5 people playing the game. Now we're in 2019. If this game died tomorrow and had 5 people playing in it, it wouldn't make really a difference to the devs because me buying VR doesn't give the devs any money. This game's a free game. The only way they can profit and actually make money is by going for the investors. So when someone says, hey, I'll give you money if you change your game and make it compatible, they're obviously going to do that. You're going to listen to the people that give you money or the people that give you no money. Like, it doesn't matter if... That's why when people say, like, I'm quitting VRChat, it doesn't matter to the devs if you quit because you didn't give them any money. They're not invested into you. You gave them $0. You know? Sell out Sundays. Personal saves. Probably also maintaining their servers. Well, I guess, yeah. I guess they would have to pay for the maintenance of the servers and stuff like that. But also, not only that, but VRChat recently, a couple months ago, got a renewal of HTC Vive. So they have actually received another up to $10 million. They probably have, you know, between Facebook and HTC Vive, they probably have at least probably like, I don't know, $13-14 million like investments into VRChat. But then you got to think about that, like 14 or 15 million dollars. Where's that money going, right? Like where is it? Like what is that? Who am I paying for, dude? Where's my cut? Where's my cut? I made this game popular, smiley face. It's good for 1 year. Holy shit. I don't know. I'm not like a game dev, so I don't know like um how much things cost and servers cost and stuff like that. But I mean, okay, I'll give an example. So when VRChat was first blowing up in 2017, they had a deal with HTC Vive again, but the deal at the time was I think $3 or $4 million. So you got to think about that. Since between 2017 and 2019, they've received like $3 or $4 million. So they've used $3 or $4 million to get where we are now, and then now they have 14 million more. So it's like, give or take. It's not exact amounts. These are just rough estimates. But you got to think about that. Like when VRChat was first blowing up, they had a couple million invested. Now we're, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Don't want to make you do 1 million squats. Yeah, okay, dude. Gamers and their maintenance for stuff like this really adds up over time. Well, I always think that they were doing pretty good before having money, to be honest. Oh, shit. I would pay for VRChat too if it meant that the devs would listen to the community more. Some staff getting those bonuses. I mean, I'll tell you this right now. Like, the winter months, so after near the end of December, the devs will be gone for like 2 or 3 weeks on vacation, by the way. So they're going to push out Unity 2018 and Udon, and then they're not going to be there. Like, the devs are not going to be, like, working on the game for, like, at least 2 or 3 weeks, I think. Like, that's when they take their vacation time. So if the game breaks, if they release Unity and Udon and they release it and it breaks the game, this game might be broken for like a couple weeks, like early 2020 if it fucks up. So of Anarchy. Well, I mean, I don't know if like who's gonna be left. I don't know if maybe 1 or 2 devs would just be there, kind of, but not really. I don't know. So. Some people are there for emergency stuff. Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's going to be some people for emergency, but most of the devs, most of the people working on this game will be on vacation. So, like, if the game fucks up and burns, and they're just going to be like, all right, well, we'll fix when we get back. I pay the dev left behind to handle that stuff. Do we even know how many devs are working on VRChat? I have no idea. I think, I mean, I just look at the VRChat Discord. I think there's more than a dozen, at least. I think in total, maybe like 20, 30. I don't know. There's a lot of like people that are devs, but they don't work on the game. They work on the website side. You know what I mean? Like they're web developers. I have a degree in website design, so I could be hired to work on VRChat to make the website though, that nobody uses. But I could. Mine will, mainly because the shader is not supported in 2018. Oh shit. Oh, for dev position. Yeah, can I be the spokesperson for VRChat? Can I be their customer support? Just imagine me like someone just like is complaining about the game, and I just be like, you're an idiot. Shut up. Just like fuck off, dude. This game's perfect. What do you mean? Just like whatever, dude. Public relations officer. I'm like, yo. They're like, dude, there's someone crashing me in the game. Please help me. I'm like, just block him, dude. Forehead. Come on, bro. Do you remember this game used to actually have a call moderator button? Like a year ago, VRChat had a call moderator, so you could call mods to your world, your instance, and they would come and they would deal with the situation. Kind of like a RuneScape mod, where they just or like a World of Warcraft mod or whatever. Don't worry, that's just the devs calling me. Hello? Oh god, it's the VRChat devs. They're calling me right now. They gave me a job. Oh shit. I really forgot about that. Yeah, there actually used to be an option where you could call the mods or like a moderator or whatever for VRChat. I don't think it's there anymore. I think they replaced it with the rank system, so like you can just and anytime that I've ever talked to a mod or like have said like, yo, there's people like doing like weird shit in this game, they're just like, just block them. And if it's really bad, just report it and we'll ban them. No, that's about it. So, because, I mean, you laugh at it, but it's true. Like, they can't, like, there's 6,500 people that play this game every day. Unless there's probably like 100 to 200 reports every day or 1,000. Imagine trying to go to 1,000 reports every day, and maybe like you get like 100 like notifications. Like you have to pick like once. It's like being a police officer, man. Like which 911 call do you go to? It's like, oh shit, there's like 200 of them. So it's like, shit. Where's my beans? So, yeah. So I understand that they removed it and they just want you to block people, but whatever. Anyway, next question. By the way, we'll take questions after we're at the 9th question. After the 10, we'll take questions from the chat, and Ko and I will answer some questions. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Well, the questions I asked. So, question number 9: what inspired you to keep streaming and to make content? Ko says, I hate to use the term community when it comes to my stream and to the people that come to watch, but there are other reasons why I love to continue streaming. When I hit that live button and see them all having a good time in chat, either catching up with others in chat or just coming to relax while I do some goofy stuff, it's just such a warm feeling. It feels super cheesy to say it this way, but I've always bring a smile to go live. Even more lately, as I begin to hang with everyone on Discord, I don't draw that type of inspiration from other streamers, even though I look up to a few. One of them, as you all know, is Oath. So, yeah. Rebel said he's trying to make a more formal outfit. Yeah, I am. So, this avatar, if you're ever like, why is she wearing that, dude? Cover up, bro. It's because this avatar is actually for roleplay. I do a roleplay every Friday. It's Callus Row. I play a mechanic. My character's name is Ryder. And you're thinking, mechanic, dude, nice. If you ever play Final Fantasy 15, Sydney, she actually has this outfit similar to this, and she's a mechanic too. So if you're gonna say this is lewd, you better, you're gonna get raffle stomped by all the Final Fantasy kids. So I'm just saying. Yeah. Ko should not be sleeping in the call and go to sleep on your own. Yeah, exactly. Also, it's like not just Sydney, like it's also Pokemon trainer. So I didn't like just straight up rip the avatar or anything like that. Like this is made from scratch, but like it has inspiration from Final Fantasy 15 is what I meant to say. And then also Pokemon trainer, and then also it's my OC wearing the outfit, so it's different, She's the best addition to the Sid line. Of course, dude. So question 10. This is the last question, then we'll start taking questions from the chat. So prepare yourself. So start thinking of some questions for Ko and I after this last question that I asked Ko. So, I said, what is one thing you would change about VR chat or feature, And Ko responded by saying, give back plans, please. Your world, Rebel, or better known as Presentation Room Plus, has such a nice set of markers that work on anyone's end. Yes, I didn't actually make those pens, just be very clear, I did not make those pens. It's actually, the same pens are in this world as well. It's made by QV Pens. It's like some Japanese guy. Also, on the pens, or on the sides of them, it has a panel, and it links to his booth link and all his social media stuff or whatever. So he made those pens. I just added it to my world. Anyway, I wish that would be how the markers work on VRChat. Though, joke, not really a joke aside, I wish VRChat would go back to being more spontaneous. I remember seeing a tweet a while back, can't remember from who, that was asking for Team 5 to be back to make events again. And honestly, those were never events, per se, but more things that happened during the day. Now it feels that the only way word spreads is by actively doing exclusive events, and it sucks. In a big way, and this is always in my opinion, VRChat has lost most of the random, spontaneous fun it used to have. I know there are still people that just world hopping a lot, but I feel these exclusive events grew so important in people's minds that it overshadowed just having fun with friends anywhere, anytime. Done. Oh, woo! AXD. So I read everything, see? Rip pens. Oh yeah, by the way, Unity 2018, which whatever is going to come out, like I said, next week or 2 weeks from now or whatever, the pens work back again, or like 90% better than now. So pens may work again, by the way. Are pens supposed to start? Yeah, I just said that, yeah. Hold on. So if you guys have any questions for For Koa and I, you can take them now, but I'm also gonna talk for. I'm just taking a drink right now. ASMR drinking. Anyway, back to the question though. We had a nice talk about the whole event thing on Discord. Yeah, I was about to say that. So, Koa and I were talking about because in her question or sorry her answer there, she talked about how like somebody on Twitter is missing about Team Five like events and stuff like that. Now, for those who don't know or don't know who I am, I was a part of Team Five. I was originally a part of them way back in the day. I joined after like a week of them starting, so I was like one of the early members, and I was in the Discord. I was in all the meetings we had. I was there for all of it. I played as Kenny K. Kona. I was the hillbilly. I was like, "What's up, brother?" and all that shit. That was me. And I will guarantee you this: um, the stuff that we did was very random and spontaneous. It was very rare that we ever did something that was scripted or scheduled. The only time that we ever did something that was like scripted or scheduled that I can think back of is when we did a podcast like once a week or something like that. Um, and we did try to go for more like a little bit more scripted stuff like here and there with like for example when Vince got married to Wavo, um Team 7 invaded and kidnapped Wavo. That was scripted. Like we already knew that was going to happen like an hour before. So that's like an example of something being scripted. But everything else we did was very spontaneous and completely random. It was just a bunch of friends, a group of friends that got together, played the game every single day, and we just screwed around in VR chat. And then when we weren't on VR chat, we would get in Discord and just be in a voice call and just do the exact same thing. Just say stupid shit and just whatever. If you ever watched Vince back in the day when he was playing Final Fantasy 14, or no, it was Black Desert Online, I think, and he was just fishing, like he just fished for like 10 hours straight, we would just sit in the Discord and he'd be streaming and we just say dumb shit for like 10 hours. That's what we did. None of it was like, oh, we're going to do this thing at this time or whatever. Like it was just random as fuck. So, I get what you're saying. Random stuff, most fun, yeah. It was a lot of fun back in the day. So I understand that person whoever wrote it on Twitter like wants those like more spontaneous like random stuff, and I can agree. It was, I think the reason why that stuff doesn't happen anymore is because if you really think about it, for example, like Team Five doesn't exist anymore. It's now Midnight Central. I'm a part of that now. Almost everybody that used to do those random spontaneous things, 90% of those people that used to play VR chat quit, or at least don't stream the game anymore. A lot of them still play, but they don't stream it or record it. They moved on to other games. When you have all these like people that are, I guess you would call like the leader types that can run their lobbies and can do those art contests, talent shows, improv role play or whatever, and all those people are gone. You're just left with a lot of people, or you get replaced with like newer streamers that come to VR chat and just sort of, stand in front of a mirror, or it comes to be like private only like RP events, kind of like Ascension Academy, Chaos Row, Purple Lotus. Like those are all RP events, but they're all private. Like no one can just randomly join in anymore. You have to like be in the Discord. You have to be friends with all these other people to get into these events. Or for example, even Neckel Knights and like other clubs. There's probably like 30, 40 clubs in VR chat now that they're all private events. That you don't just spontaneously just join a club and people screw around and go woo. Like that's not how it works anymore. Everything is private in now, which is unfortunate. Yeah. But in a way, it's understandable that people want to make it safe by making it private. So it just sucks that this seems to be the only way to do things nowadays. No going back. Um, yeah, new private events every weekend. Yeah, exactly. So I'm more random before. Yeah, I kind of wish that we would go back, but it's impossible, right? You can't change the mentality of people. I'll give an example. Like even Midnight Central earlier this year, um, we did what we did 2 years ago, or a year prior to that, where we all got on and did like an art contest and did like a makeshift like talent show and just other stupid shit that we used to do, and it was a lot of fun. People are watching, having a good time, but everybody that was involved in that stream doesn't stream the game anymore or plays the game really anymore. So VR chat became really fun because of the people involved. When you don't have those people involved, the game falls apart. or at least like the fun part, or like the the what people saw, like joking around and shit like that. I mean, would VRChat ever go back? You would have to have a good, like-minded amount of people to go around and just be really good at communicating with each other and just doing stupid improv, dumb shit, doing random court cases, random RP, random going to Void Club, all that stuff. And when you don't have those people anymore, then just I don't know, just VRChat as it is now. Makes sense. The game is basically a giant chat room, so if the people leave, they basically meme and RP. Devs should put world options where friends and their friends can join, but friends further than that can't. Make VRChat pure knuckles. That sure can happen again. Well, I don't know. The problem another reason why VRChat was so popular is because streamers like Poke, Whoops, Soda Pop and Lyric, all the big streamers play this game. And sure, they went to Publix, but it wasn't as cancer as it was today, where like you get crashed and like end bombed and all that shit. That wasn't really a thing when VRChat was blowing up. Like the worst that someone could do is maybe say like something bad, but you just block them, right? Nowadays, if a big streamer played this game, like even someone who has like 1,000 viewers played this game, they're gonna get shit on, and they don't know what the hell to do. You know what I mean? Like, there's actually been a few streamers that have been playing VRChat recently, and they stream it, and they just be like, this game's horrible. Like, I'm never playing this game again, dude. Because they get stream sniped. There's no real protection. No one's holding their hand saying, oh, don't do this. No, you can't go to this world. You have to only go to private worlds. Like, imagine playing VRChat as a new streamer. Like, VRChat's a cool game, dude. And then being told, oh, you have to be in a private world. You have to be with my group of friends because everyone else is a shithead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why this game isn't going to suddenly have this resurgence. I just don't think so, in my opinion. I wish it did, but I just don't think so, unfortunately. The worst VRChat was the time I reached 11K online. Oh, you mean not 11K? It was actually 21,000. The highest concurrent viewers of VRChat was 21K. I think that was the day that Shroud actually streamed. Yeah, when Shroud is actually still on Twitch. He streamed VRChat for like a day or like for like a couple hours, and that was the day like VRChat died because there's just too many people on the server. Like 21,000 people loaded into the game, and they fucking broke VRChat for a day. Yeah, Shroud who? Didn't even know Shroud streamed. Yeah, you can look it up. You can look up on YouTube. Just type in like Shroud plays VRChat. There probably is someone that clipped the VOD or something like that. And yeah, there's a lot of big streamers that play like Greek God X, Lyric, Strippin, even people from GTA 5 RP that you would never have thought, like Timac and PMX Proxy, like a bunch of like GTA 5 RPers played VRChat, and the reason why they did, the game was popular at the time. It was like top 5 of Twitch overall for that like few weeks when the game was blowing up. But they were interested because they wanted to role play, like they wanted to do their GTA 5 role play, but in VRChat because it's VR, right? You can punch people, you know what I mean. And I actually showed them around. I showed Tim Mack and a bunch of other big GTA 5 RPers around, like as a tour guide. And they asked me a lot of questions. They were like, "Can you role play in VRChat?" Like, yes. And I was like, they were like, "Can you arrest people in this game?" I'm like, "No." Like, they're like, well, how do you do a courtroom? I'm like, oh, you just have to drop an instance, and the player has to willingly go into the instance, and then you role play it out. They're like, well, that's kind of dumb. You can't like arrest people. You can't like shoot them. You can't rob banks. I'm like, no, everything is basically like drama club, like where like everyone has to be on the same page. So like if you're trying to role play with somebody and they just like tell you to fuck off, then you just have to deal with it. So that's why they didn't play VRChat, like the GTA 5 RPers, because there's no mechanics, right? It's not like, I hit you with a baton and you go to jail or something like that, or like there's no repercussions. I can just walk right through you. I can stab you with an avatar. It doesn't do anything. It's depending on player to player to make sure that both players are role playing, right? You have to have that set world or set instance where everyone's on the same page, like, we're role playing here, guys. This isn't just whatever. So, yeah. What do you think about Lavender? No. Other games has really the customization that VRChat brings. You literally can make anything, and it does anything if you know how to do it. Yeah, exactly. What do you think about Lavender? I was talking about Lavender earlier before the interview, and I actually have beta access to it, so I could show Lavender after this interview. Or just instead of talking about it, I could just show people like what it is. So nice idea to have competition for VRChat. By my personal opinion, I will not be moving for another game like VRChat mainly because I'm lazy. Oh shit, they're really big, right? Anyway, if anyone has any questions, like for Korai, I'm looking at chat like exclusively now, rather than just me ranting about whatever. Or I want to see the old OC. Yeah, I wanted to see the old OC because I never saw it before. I think I met you when you were your newer one. Actually, when did we meet? Like for the first time? I think it was at Landfear's estate. I think. I'm not too sure actually. I think it was there, and for some reason I remember something related to Battle Disc. Oh yeah, I mean, technically, Korean or Ko, you're actually one of my waifus, right? You remember that? I beat your ass with Little Guardian. It was 2v1, and I both beat both your asses in Battle Disc 1v2. I'm just that good. True. Uh, can you show Rebel your other hamster model, the small one? Why is it 2S, dude? What? I I beat her in a video game, Battle Disc. Oh my god. Is that a lolly? Oh my god. Can't believe it. Oatmeal's dating this. You're not in the frame, by the way. They can't see you. You can sit on the chair. It should work, by the way. Like even as a small lolly, it's like it's a super advanced chair, by the way. Yeah, see? Oh my god, it actually works. Look at that. Look at this thing. I could crush it with my thighs. Look at this. Oh, I can actually. Holy shit. Oh my god. Anyway, that's how tall Ko is in real life. Yeah, relatable. VRChat has a lot of places do text RP or original characters include stories that come from it. What a view that must have been for a moment. Yeah, Ko got really excited. Listen, I think I realized the real reason why people play as lollies in this game. I think they play as a lolly so they're really small, and then when they look up like when they see like me, like look at this. If you look up right now, you're probably like, oh my god, this is a dream come true. Oh, look at this. I was happy. Exactly. That's the real reason why I think people are lollies in this game. They want to be small and they want to see a giant big mama and just be like, holy shit. That's a felony? Well, my defense is it's in VR, so you can't sue me. That's the exact. Of course it is. Why would it not be? Whoa, you grew up. It's just like The Sims. You grew up. Oh my god. Like 1 second you're like 5 years old, and the next second you're like 20 years old. Like that's just like The Sims. Damn. No cake needed. Sims Pog. All right. I think we'll take one question and then we'll wrap it up. If there's anyone has any quick questions. Size comparisons. Man, I'm still larger than Co because I made my character 5'8". Yeah, rapid fire. How long have you been inside of me for? What the fuck? What? Staged up. Picked your new traits. Yeah, dude. Actual height. I'm 5'11" in real life. I made my character 5'8". 7'9". Yeah, 7'9" inches. How do you both feel about porting other games to VR chat? Um, porting other games to VR chat. So you mean like people importing like Counter Strike or something to VR chat? I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, it's whatever. Like Beat Saber. Oh, like well, I've heard that the people that are trying to import Beat Saber and like games like that to VR chat are actually getting like sued or like DMCA, you know, like copyright strike because they're not supposed to do that. Dangerous, yeah. Well, VR, I don't think VR chat's gonna get in trouble. This is the person uploading the world. They might just take down the world and be like, hey, can't do that. So, Doom is in VR. It was really cool. Yeah, yeah. I've played Doom in VR chat. I only got to like the fourth level and then it crashed. It's really cool. It just I wish it didn't crash though. Like after a while. Ridge Racer, yeah. Zone made Ridge Racer in VR chat. There's also like, excuse me, Mario Kart. That was cool. I'm not against like people uploading like other games like Werewolf and Town of Salem and stuff like that in VR chat. It's just that obviously if the company like Beat Saber for example is mad, it's like hey don't do that, then you have to oh yeah Slender, yeah there's quite a few other games. There is Counter Strike and technically VR chat. It's just really scuffed. Yeah, if they like change it around and not just call it straight up Beat Saber, then they can, I guess, do it. But personally, I love the original game content. Some people do, like Seon. Yeah, the Huggies dungeon maps are actually part 3 is supposed to be coming out before the end of 2019. So sometime now and the end of 2019, I think part 3 is coming out. The sister maps, yeah, the sister maps. Yeah, there's some nice horror maps. Um, I feel like Scion's one of the bigger, more known horror map people. I remember, whoopsie, Mirror's Curse was one of them. That was like a really old one. That was pretty cool. And a few other horror maps. Yeah, actually, yeah, the new map, part 3 is supposed to be like 6 to 8 hours long. Like, holy shit. Like, what? Imagine sitting in one world for 8 hours. And if you leave, you can't come back. Unless you added checkpoints. The only way you could add checkpoints to like a map is if at the very spawn you could just put in like a code that it gives you like 1256 and then you just skip to like halfway point. You know what I mean? That's what I would do if I was him. You should have checkpoints. So then you could just skip to like the part where you did rather than have to do 8 hours of content again. But I don't know if he could do that or not. But that's how I would do it. I would put like at the very spawn there's a door that's locked and you need like a passcode, and the only way to get the passcode is if you actually get the code throughout the map. Like on the NES, yeah. But then somebody like, I'm gonna cheat and I'm already gonna have the password. It's like, well, that's ruining your own experience. So from Lakuza, I thought this world, done that world with Little Guardian. It was such an amazing experience. Oh yeah, code systems, those boss fights. Yeah, the boss fights were cool. I didn't do all the Final Fantasy maps. I just did um what's it called, the cyber chill world thing that he does like every week where it changes to like little Bagel's place or whatever. And then if you found all the secrets in that map, which took me a while, you go to the secret world he's working on where it has like go like bullet time and stuff. It's like some weird like map or like secret level thing. You go do a different instance and you like slow down time and you shoot guns and stuff. It's kind of cool. Amnesia. I don't think there is an Amnesia world in this game. There's SCP, but obviously it's just the world. It doesn't actually work, you know? Playing SCP Containment Breach or Secret Laboratory in VR chat, that would be dope. Like playing as the SCPs and chasing after people, and then like, oh shit, that'd be scary. A lot of maps are like Amnesia, true. I think we'll wrap it up here because we're going over an hour now. So Ko, if you have, I'm gonna put the camera on you. Obviously, you're just gonna type in the chat, and I'll read it for you. But if you wanna, you know, plug anything you got working on, like your Twitch, your Twitter, your YouTube, whatever you got going on, any projects, any sellout stream, anything you got going on, this is the time to tell everyone about it. You know, typing, and then I'll read it out. Yeah, speak to us. Yeah, exactly. I played Amnesia, and I didn't think I find it scary. I found the only part of it scary when an enemy spawned right in my face. It was actually a bug. Like the enemy like literally spawned like literally an inch from my face. Just appeared in front of me. I was like, oh shit. That was not supposed to happen. The enemy's actually supposed to like spawn like around a corner, but he spawned right in front of me, so it scared me. That's the only time I got scared in Amnesia. This is a very long time ago. So honestly, I'm looking forward for 2020 and when I'll finally have an actual stream schedule. That's pretty much anything I have planned. Quick. Okay. Metro Omega. Hey, dude. Alright. Listen, I read that in my brain. Anyway, thank you so much, Ko, for stopping by and being interviewed by me. This has been me, That One Rebel. Again, I do these talk shows every single day. So we're going to have another interview tomorrow with another person. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If Ko wants to come back at a later time, you know, down the road, whether it's, you know, in a few weeks or a few months and wants to talk to me again, or I can bring, you know, you and Oath or whoever together and want to do something, then more than welcome to. So yeah. Thank you for having me, Rebel. I appreciate that. So there's one last thing that I like to do with all my guests, and that is to take a selfie. Obviously, you're in desktop mode, so you're just going to be standing there. But yeah, just give me 1 second here. I'll turn off this. Ugh. And I'll turn off the camera or the chairs so I don't accidentally click them. Because when I do emotes, it triggers me. And then, camera, photo. Wow. Look at that nice camera angle where it's just literally my thighs. Like, my whole thigh is literally the size of your body. Holy shit. Anyway. I was just pointing out. Sorry, I was getting distracted. Ugh. Oh, you're so short. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. We got it. Hold on. There. Alright, we'll take one more. Ugh! Oh shit. Fuck it. Alright, thank you. Always take two. Fuck. I hate this extender, dude. This extender thing actually is fake. Like, you actually can't grab this shit. Like, this thing is actually, like, false advertisement. Why did they add that? Pisses me off. Anyway, Korean. It's time for me to go on my adventure. To talk to myself like a crazy person. So enjoy the rest of your night, or day, or wherever what's going on. And I hope you have a good time. Whatever you're doing, and hope you have lots of success in whatever you're doing. I'm lagging. It's fucking. I'm just fucking around. Just fucking like, oh my god. XD, dude.